welcome. It's Aniela here. Aloha to you. I hope this all finds you well on this Sunday. Welcome, welcome. It is a hot Sunday where I'm at, as I know it's that way as well for many of you, especially on the West Coast. With the weather patterns that's been happening, I'm sure it's hot everywhere. And I hope you all are staying cool and trying to enjoy today. It is a very warm day today. It started out that way from early morning, and it's a blazer today. But it's beautiful. It is a beautiful day. I hope this all finds you well. I'm Aniela, and I am a coach with the Be With Your Twin Flame program. Excuse me. We are talking today about minding yourself on the TF journey, and what we can learn about from the pandemic that we're in right now about our fear-based energy. It is very intriguing how things kind of they're like parallel with what's happening out there in the pandemic, as well as with what people go through on this journey. I am a coach, and I speak with a lot of people. And as we talked about before, there's a lot of hallmarks on this journey. And what I'll be getting into a little bit, you'll be able to see how it plays out. Because fear-based energy, people, it is everywhere. We are all living it 24/7. And it is especially strong and prominent and very difficult even on this journey, on the twin flame journey. So we'll be getting to that in a little bit. But before we do, I just wanted to remind you, under this video, you'll see a button. You'll see a button that is to help you schedule a 60-minute coaching call with one of our clarity coaches. So if you're wondering what that is, you know, it's when you find yourself on this journey, one of the main things that people go through is extreme difficulty. Extreme difficulty. They don't know what happened to them. They don't know why it happened to them. And they find themselves in a situation that, even though it may present itself as very similar to a lot of difficult situations, especially when you're talking about a breakup in a relationship, even though it may come across that way, that it is very similar, this is just completely something different. You can't get over it. You can't stop thinking about it. It is very difficult to function. You find yourself doing things, saying, thinking things that you don't even recognize yourself in anymore. You don't. And that is one of the main things that happens to people on this journey. And if you find yourself there, some people have been going through this for just a short time. It just recently happened to them. And some people have been going through this for years even, and find that no matter what they do, no matter what they try, they just can't seem to get a grip on themselves, or even to know which way to go to even start feeling better. And if that's you, you're going to want to listen to the message a little bit. It might be something you can relate to. And what we have here is a program that's going to teach you how. You know, it's not about being in this beautiful, magical, glorious thing that a lot of websites and teachers out there make it out to be. And I'm not saying that it's not beautiful and magical and glorious. It sure is. But not for the reasons that people see out there. And when you're not operating in the right direction, it can really bring a lot more pain and headache and confusion, disillusionment, and all of the above, if not more. So stay tuned for the message. But if you're finding yourself there and you just don't know where to go anymore, even if you went to other teachings and it didn't get you nowhere, which is why we find a lot of our students here in the program, because they've tried everything else. If you want to know the how, it's that button below that's going to start you. So today we're talking about minding yourself on the TF journey, which is really, folks, in all actuality, whether we're talking about the TF journey or we're talking about this pandemic or anything of that nature in 3D out there, minding yourself is really what the key is to getting somewhere to feeling better, to knowing that you're doing and contributing in the way that you can, you know, to get to a place where you need to be. Right now where I'm at, I'm in Hawaii, and we're about ready to do another shutdown of our state because in this pandemic, you know, we were one of the best areas throughout the beginning when it started off in March going on through June for us in a shutdown where numbers were concerned. Our state is not nearly as populous as other states. However, when they do measure of growth of this pandemic, it's always measured by population, by how many people are testing positive as well as how many people are hospitalized. So recently, in the last 2 weeks, we're getting to a place that the numbers are shooting up again. The numbers is just shooting up again, folks, and we're going back likely to another shutdown. And how did that happen? You know, when we're on this twin flame journey, we are in what's called, it's not just a twin flame journey, excuse me. Everyone is living in their fear-based energy. 24/7. We are living in our fear-based energy. That's just the way it is when you are on this earth, on this plane, in the physical of living here where we are. We're living in fear-based energy. Now, when we're living that way and we're living to the hilt, the fullness of our fear-based energy, what you see, what's happening in the pandemic is very similar to what happens on this journey. On this journey, it's going to feel amplified, like on steroids, but it's the same thing. So what happens is when we look back at the pandemic, you know, it's really easy to learn about our fear-based energy just by watching what played out. And I'm sure you folks can also see this where you're at. You know, we had to shut down, we had to close everything out. And what ends up happening is, you know, things start to feel better. You start to do better. You know, less numbers, less people are contracting it, less people are winding up in the hospitals, and you start to see that number coming down. And what happens a lot of times, and this is all the fear-based energy, folks, people start getting lax about what they need to do. They start getting lax. They start realizing that, you know, because when you start to think about it, when you really look at it, the things that we need to do for this pandemic to keep it contained and not as crazy, you know, wildfire just going, burning all the grass. You know, they're very simple, the things we need to do. They're very simple. They're easy and they're easy to do, but they're also easy to not do. When you start getting lax, it's easy to not do too. Sometimes things are so simple that people make it more complicated than it really is, and that happens a lot on the twin flame journey as well. It's easy to forget what you need to do because you start feeling good, and it's easy to forget. It's easy to let yourself slip because it feels good to fill in the blank. You know, a lot of us were locked down. I live on an island state. One of my favorite places to be is down near the ocean and the beaches, and it feels good when our lockdowns were lifted and people started going out to the beaches again. It's beautiful, beautiful. I've seen it all over the news on the mainland as well. People start going out to the beaches again. It feels good to do that again, but as we're talking, you know, you're not doing what you're supposed to do when you do go out to those places. And sometimes people just don't want to do it. They just don't. They're going to be stubborn. They're going to find every excuse and every reason in the book to not follow guidelines. You know, looking at all these things, it is absolutely very, very parallel to what happens on this journey. You know, whether you are in this program or not, it is very easy because we feel so horrible. We feel so horrible, which is why most of us find ourselves here, find ourselves going, oh, what is this? What the hell happened to me? We feel so horrible. And a lot of you watch these videos. You watch the YouTube videos. Elle's wonderful series of videos she puts out with amazing accuracy about what actually happens on this journey. You know, a lot of you watch that and you kind of start feeling like you can apply some of those things and then you start to feel better, and then you stop. We get lax. We're human. That's what happens. But that is your fear-based energy. You know, when we're talking about the pandemic, I myself, I have horrible allergies. I have horrible nasal allergies as well. I hate wearing those stupid masks. Honest to God, I do. But I do it for my own health, for my own safety, for my children, because I don't want to go out there and bring something home to them as well. You know, it's not all just about us. Now, when you want to look at the fear-based energy on this journey, we get lax because we really just want to feel good. And we only want to feel good, you know, as fast as it can come, as good as it can come, you know. But let me tell you, folks, there is a method and there is a process to getting that feel good for the long haul. When I say long haul, I mean literally the rest of your days. There is a way of doing that. And you cannot ever look at it outside of yourself. It's always about minding yourself. So when you find yourself on this journey, it's very easy, just like people in the pandemic, people in 3D, you know, in the government and politics, it's very easy to blame other people, other factions. It's very easy to do that. But if you're minding yourself and watching all that you're responsible for, and making sure you have that self-discipline to keep on that right track, then that's how people will start to be able to do for themselves so that these numbers can come down again. That is also how you do for yourself, by minding yourself and minding what you do, what you think, how you operate in order to balance your fear-based energy and to get all that yuck feeling out. To get it out. That's how you do it. It's not about what the TF did to you. It's not about what this program might do to you or anything like that. It is not outside of you. Everything to help you get there is in you. We're here to help you get there. And like I said, you know, a lot of times people think that I'm a self-learner, you know, our program involves coaching. I am a coach. We have other coaches as well. It involves coaching. And a lot of people will be like, oh no, I do this on my own, I'm self-learning. And I appreciate that. I'm one of those people too. But as I say, you only know what you know. And that's what got you as far as you are right now. Can you go further? Absolutely. Can this pain be gone? Can the thinking, the obsessive thoughts stop ruining every single moment you have right now? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it all starts with minding yourself. So if you know how to manage yourself and manage how you do things, how you're doing things, like I said, it's not, you know, Elle always says it's simple, but it's not easy. When you start learning how, what we teach in this process, it is simple, and it's not easy at first, but it gets easier and easier. It does. It really, really does. It's all about managing yourself so you can manage your fear-based energy. It doesn't matter if it's on this journey or out there in the pandemic. It's all about managing yourself. This journey, folks, you know, we always talk about this journey not being about the TF. It's about you. It's also about you in this sense as well. It is all about you. You know, I have said this how many times, and I continue to say it because it's the truth. The TF journey is about self-love. It's about learning to honor, respect, and love yourself unconditionally. It is also about minding you. First and foremost, it doesn't matter what's going on out there. When you know how to mind yourself, you'll learn how to balance that fear-based energy, and you'll be able to feel better, do better in crazy ways. I cannot even begin to explain, but it's true. So if you're on that journey, if you're there and you know I'm depleted, I'm done, I need help. You ready to do it? You ready to commit to yourself and invest in yourself, go ahead. Click on that button, folks. And we'll be able to help you. Okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday. God bless. Be safe. Stay cool. Stay cool. It's a hot one out there, folks. Much love. We'll talk again later. Bye-bye.